Hello everyone, welcome to the Leftovers podcast. I'm Joe,
I'm Charlie.
and we've got a few topics to talk about today. We're going to start off once again with WandaVision, episode 4? 5?
Yeah. 4.
4. Yeah, because episode 5 is coming out tomorrow. So episode 4. And this was a much more tastier episode.
Tasting.
It's going over the stuff we've already seen. We should point out as well, we forgot to say for the last 3 episodes as well, spoilers. We should have been saying that to begin with.
Well, if you haven't seen it already,
if you hadn't seen it over for a week, you're missing
you're a fake
out.
fan.
Exactly. No.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
we didn't really get like new content. It was more of like a context episode.
Yeah.
Where we understood like basically
what's going on.
We still don't understand like how she got from Endgame to the start of WandaVision, but we understood more about what WandaVision's about, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, it was kind of just going over what the first 3 episodes were, but from the outside point of view, and like how everything made sense, like why that beekeeper was there, because it was just a random sword agent thing. Why that helicopter fell out from the sky? It all kind of made sense, and but no, it does seem like Wanda is controlling this whole situation for herself. You know, she controls who's in the, I guess, dome, you could say, in her own little world as well.
Little fake thing. We still don't 100% know exactly what it is. Like, we kind of like have an idea. Well, you can see it. That's the thing. Like in the real world, it's not like in her mind. It's actually a place. Like you can see it, and it's like so. I was reading. I don't know if I mentioned this last time or if I just brought it out recently, but when I read something about it's like in the comics as well, like WandaVision basically creates her own world, so to speak, and she controls it all. That was in I think that was in the comics, and I read something like that, and she basically decides what comes in and out of it. She basically just wants to what her life wants to be like in this sort of like world, and that's why she's got Vision in it and her kids and stuff like that. And we were talking about last time about a theory that they were going to try and make her sort of not like a villain, but try and make her like sort of like turn sort of like bad or do like things that she wouldn't normally do. Like, we've seen like sort of like glimpses of her, being sort of like a bit of evil or something, because she's like powerful, kind of back to like her Ultron, like before she turned into like an Avenger, sort of like we've got sort of little like hints at that. But I don't know if she's going to be made into some sort of like powerful like baddie or some sort, or someone's going to like corrupt her mind, or the people in it like Agnes, like if they're sort of people like a witch, like we were talking about, if they're something to do with like trying to control her, trying to study her. But also we got Kat Dennings back as Darcy Lewis, which we know from the Thor films. She came back. I'm good to see her back, because she I like her character, I like her personality, kind of like her vibe in it. And so
the only good thing from the Fourth franchise at the moment, from the first 2 Thor films, geez.
There's a few good things there, but I liked her character. But I'm glad that she's back, because I'm glad that because obviously we got like there was like the trio, wasn't there, with obviously like Natalie Portman's character, and then you obviously got the Doctor, the Professor, whatever his name, who was in the Avengers. He went off and did his own thing.
Oh, is it?
And then
Professor Eric something, I can't remember.
And the thing is, if you think about it, like with Natalie Portman's character, I can't remember her name, but she went her last film. James. Her last film was obviously Thor: Dark World, wasn't it? She wasn't in a film after that.
Yeah, the footage that was from
8 years ago.
Like, she has been mentioned before, but the footage from Endgame was like just unused footage from the Dark World.
Yeah, she this was 8 years ago, so I think it's been that quick. Like it's been 8 years since she's been in Marvel films.
She's going back now for Love and Thunder.
Well, technically, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so technically, that's out next year, so that's going to be 9 years, isn't it? So,
well, who knows? Who honestly knows at this point? But going back to your point as well, that you talked about with the like Wonder and whatnot, about how it's based off some comics. Elizabeth Olsen did do an interview where talking about like some comics about Wonder. And one of them in particular, I think, is called House of M. And I think there has been like a couple of Easter eggs on the on this TV show. But I think it is when she is kind of like a baddie, and kind of goes against the Avengers. I don't know if it's also the one where she kind of like says the words like "no more mutants," and then literally all the mutants just cease to exist. But I wonder if that will be like a plot that not only like is in WandaVision but also expands into the Avengers films as well. I think that would be quite a cool plot.
Yeah, I was seeing something that like she's going to be one of the reasons of how the X-Men come into like meet the Avengers and be part of the MCU. I saw something I can't quite get my head on it, but I was reading something about obviously she's a mutant along with her twin brother.
Yeah.
Even though he died, like Quicksilver, but I was saying like because obviously they've mutated, and obviously I don't know if they were born like that or got their powers, but I think that's what mutants are. They're generally born with powers, but
I don't think they were born with powers. I think they were experimented on.
Yeah, I think I need to go back and watch Age of Ultron because they talked about it a little bit there. So
I'm pretty sure they were experimented on it. I think they're going to look back on it a bit in WandaVision because there was like in the second trailer they did have a little bit where like Wanda looked like she was back when like at Age of Ultron, like she was like with the Hydra agents or whatever it was.
There was also a fan theory that that is taking like kind of like sort of notice is that Ultron is basically simply he's basically still alive, and that when he died he went into Vision and he's part of Vision, and so apparently there's like and like controlling your own world. Apparently that's to do with Ultron controlling, like Vision is Ultron in the like, where she's living at the moment. So I don't know. I didn't buy it, but
that's a very big I don't believe that. I think
I was told that, and I don't personally believe. I read it and I was like,
I don't believe it because I felt like
if they do that.
That's what I mean. I would be surprised because it doesn't make sense because otherwise something would have happened beforehand. I felt like Vision would have Ultron would have intervened with something to do with Vision beforehand. Like thought,
if you have that sort of power, especially with like an Infinity Stone stuck in his head.
But then you can also say that. But then you can also technically say that Wanda's technically in a relationship with Ultron, which is kind of gross.
Yeah, that wouldn't be tidy.
Yeah, but, I'm in a relationship with the person who killed my brother. Yeah. Just doesn't sound right,
we'll have to it's a broad one, that one, but we'll have to wait and see obviously what happens. Obviously I think in the next we've got 5 episodes left because we've got 9 coming, haven't we?
I did hear somewhere I read somewhere, I don't know if this is true or not, but I did read somewhere where there could potentially be a 10th episode which shows how it will link up with the Doctor Strange film and or the Spider-Man film. Voice crack.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this apparently they've made it very evident that this is basically just going to kickstart Doctor Strange. Maybe Doctor Strange appears at the end of WandaVision. I don't know, but
I think there is a rumor as well because I think Paul Bettany again did an interview and he was like, I worked with an actor who I haven't worked with before and I really was excited about it and etc. And people were speculating it was Benedict Cumberbatch. So
have they not been in a movie before?
No, because even though they were in Infinity War, they didn't actually film a scene together, did they? Because Doctor Strange was with Iron Man and that, Vision was with Captain America and that. So technically they haven't actually filmed a scene together.
Yeah. They're both English, aren't they?
Yeah, they're both British, yeah.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I thought they would have. Usually they would, things like that.
Yeah, but I would say that, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I would like to see like Doctor Strange because it would tie in well. Because obviously I know... I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this is based roughly about 21 days, like it's very soon after Endgame, WandaVision's based, but it's based before Far From Home.
Yeah.
So I wonder how they're gonna kind of like sort that out because obviously Far From Home ended with Spider-Man's identity getting revealed, and maybe they will use Doctor Strange to try and like fix that problem. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. I think they will tie. My prediction is they will tie the end of WandaVision with the start of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, but we know that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is most likely going to be based after, obviously, Spider-Man 3. So I think the end of this will tie into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
No, I don't think it will tie. It will tie into Spider-Man 3, but I don't think it will be based after Spider-Man 3. I think it will.
Do you think Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness will be based after Spider-Man 3, or you think it's before?
I think it's after Spider-Man 2. I think it's at a similar time.
Far From Home isn't that long after Endgame at all.
I think it'll be if it's after. I don't think it'll be too far after.
I think it will be after. I can't see it being before.
I think it may be during. It may be at the same time, and it may be like Spider-Man makes a cameo in Multiverse.
They may tie into both films. They may just say like, "Here's the multiverse." Because remember they mentioned it in Spider-Man Far From Home, but then
that's how Mysterio came into the world. But obviously, it wasn't.
I think that the reason why, because if this is based before Far From Home, which we know it is, WandaVision, then maybe that's how Nick Fury and that know that there is a multiverse in Far From Home. That's why they believed Mysterio that there is a multiverse. Obviously,
Nick Fury, you know, they had that post-credit scene where Nick Fury was at in the sword base, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it wouldn't be surprised if he does know about a multiverse because obviously Sword are the company that are looking into the Wanda incident thing. Obviously, they would know a bit more about it, and bearing in mind it's 8 months after as well, they're going to know a lot more about it then as well. But anyway, so we spoke about Spider-Man 3. Obviously, there has been a couple of leaks to do with it as well.
Yes,
they're not major leaks.
Keeping it obviously very secret. Obviously,
obviously.
Don't want anyone leaking anything like.
But I mean,
in terms of like the film and secret.
No, but I mean, there's going to be leaks with anything, really, isn't there? But they're not major leaks. They're just a couple of bits of filming that they've done. I think it was like Tom Holland walking down the street and walking into a coffee shop or something. I don't know, and then walking out.
There was also the one with a picture with his brother on his.
That was
shoulders.
On his Instagram, wasn't it? Yeah, that was on his Instagram, and it was with the caption. It was his best week
or something. Of his career
best week in his career. Let me try and get it up quickly.
There was like speculation. There was like kind of like talks about what he meant from that. Obviously, today
was easily one of the highlights of my career. For those of you that were there, you know what I'm talking about, and for those of you that weren't, you better buckle up. So I think there was a couple of rumors I think there was one of them.
I don't think his brother was in it just by mistake. I think it's to do with his brother genuinely. I don't. The people are saying
maybe he made a cameo or something.
It was basically like people are saying that either he's either going about this because he's proud of his brother, or he's going about this because he's doing a scene with famous actors and because he loves the character Spider-Man.
I think it's the second one. I think it's a scene that he's done with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I think he has obviously done them, but I think it's to do with his brother. I don't think he would have put his brother in it by accident. I think it could be both of them.
That's what I mean. I think it could be both. I think it could be Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Yeah, like I said, it could just be a cameo of his brother in the film.
I think his brother will appear in it or something, because obviously they usually do that with like famous actors. They get their siblings in on all this and that.
But one thing,
because
go on.
We've had previous things as well. Like if you look at Tom Hanks, some of the voiceovers in like Woody is actually played by his brother. So, and people didn't know that.
Oh really?
And then you've got other things as well.
Actually, no, I think I did hear that. I think I did.
And also the when they released the toy as well, the one who says all the voices when if you buy one of the toys, it's actually his brother saying the.
Honestly, that would surprise me. That would surprise me, to be honest.
Yeah, it was on the Graham Norton show. It was quite funny because Graham Norton just like pulled back the thing and it said somebody's passing the water or something, and then Tom Hanks just looked at him and just went, "That's my brother."
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, we finally know, because if there was someone tried to like kind of like prove it or something, but and I made videos on it. It was quite funny, but they do that all the time. And they get in like famous films. They get like, especially like things like Star Wars. They get like cameos. They got the one with like Prince Williams, didn't they? And all this, and Daniel Craig. They all play like stormtroopers and stuff. They do that all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't be surprised if they get a cameo. His brother, because obviously I know he's got a couple of brothers, isn't he? Tom Holland.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a little cameo or something. Whether he says something or not, or how relevant it is, I don't know. But
It might just be like he just swoops in and saves them.
yeah.
But
With the Stan Lee, like obviously now he's sadly passed away, and obviously they did a cameo for all the films. Do you know if they're gonna like still do a cameo with him? Not obviously not actually
No.
as an actor because he passed away, but like make a reference to him in every film, or will it just
No.
do the film?
No, I think just leave it as it is. I think it was nice just to do it in that first saga. I think that was really lovely. I just don't see there being a point of doing it now. Not nothing. Obviously, nothing
No.
against Stanley. Like he's
Maybe
R&B,
just
but
I don't know his name wrote on like I don't know like a
who knows?
pin
Who
ball
knows?
or something. I don't know,
Uh,
and it's hard to see, and you got to stop
one
the movies. I don't know.
one thing I do want to point out though about the leaks, we obviously see Tom Holland as Peter Parker and not Spider-Man. But obviously, at the end of Far From Home, his identity was revealed to the world.
Mm.
So it's interesting to see him as Peter Parker and him not getting, paparazzi, everyone coming at him. It is interesting. So do you think maybe they've kind of got rid of that? Or like got rid of what Mysterio did? Like Doctor Strange came in and was like, nope, reverse that time.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good excuse to get Doctor Strange in.
Well, he is meant to be in the film, isn't he?
That's the thing. Like that we know he's more likely going to be in the film, but we don't know why he will be in the film. What's his reason to come in or something yet, or like how significant his role will be in the film. But I think that is a good excuse for him to come in.
It'll be like I think it'll be a similar role to
Doctor Strange.
I
This
think
idiot's just screwed my life. Just go back in time.
I think it'll be a similar role to how Iron Man or Tony Stark had in Homecoming. Like he was only on it for 10 minutes, like towards the beginning, bit in the middle, towards the end. I think it'll be something like that because they don't want it. At the end of the day, it's a Spider-Man film. Plus, from what it sounds like from all the reports and whatnot of how many people are in it, etc., etc. There's a lot to go through, so they probably won't have enough much time for Doctor Strange to be. He'll probably just come in and be like, "Oh, don't worry, Pete, I got you. Reverse the time. Don't worry, bro." And then
I hope they go about it right. I hope they just don't just come in, reverse the time, and that would be that, because that would just make Far From Home pretty pointless. Then I hope they do it like maybe there's some like side effects.
Well, no, I don't think it'll make it pointless, but like it would just make that scene.
If they do that,
it would just make that scene so anticlimactic. It would be like, oh my god, his identity's been revealed. Oh wait, no,
because that's a big.
Never mind.
Like, that's a big thing. His identity getting they could do so much with that. His identity getting revealed to like the.
I think they will. I think they will sort it out, but like you said, I just hope it's not just. Well, to be fair, the Time Stone's destroyed now, isn't it? Technically.
Yeah, but Doctor Strange is an absolute beast. He's got in his locker.
Well, in order to reverse time, he needs the Time Stone.
That's what I mean.
So, and if he doesn't have it, then yeah, imagine that. It's
just reverse of time.
Good luck, Thanos putting it in this gauntlet.
Well, Mama, I've come to bargain.
Oh, that was brilliant. That's a brilliant scene. But yeah, no. There's been also some leaks for Love and Thunder. Again, nothing too major, just some costume designs really. Looks like Thor's going back to like the 1980s, whatnot. The rock and roll kind of look. Obviously, Chris Pratt's going to be in it with as Star-Lord. Gamora's going to be in it. I think the entire Guardians of the Galaxy really is going to be in it.
They're gonna bring out Thor: Love and Thunder before Guardians of the Galaxy 3, aren't they? Because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just was on hold for ages just because of the James Gunn issue. But I think because obviously he went off with the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end of Endgame, so I don't know if he'll be with them for long or something, or because I know Thor's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but it's weird because if he just leaves Guardians of the Galaxy in Thor: Love and Thunder, how are they going to tie him into Guardians of the Galaxy 3 unless the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is based before Love and Thunder, but it's just coming out after?
Well, I don't know, I can't remember which way around it was, but I know one of them was meant to come out before each other, and that was meant to be the timeline. But I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy was meant to come out before Love and Thunder, but because of James Gunn getting sacked, that got pushed back.
Again, haven't they?
but now they've got him. Then they got him back, but then he was finishing off Suicide Squad. So then he was like, okay, now I'm back. When I'm back, I can obviously start on it. So then they pushed it back to after Thor: Love and Thunder, and then obviously now with this whole pandemic, God knows when it's coming out. But yeah, I think that was the thing behind it. So I think Guardians of the Galaxy was meant to be coming out before.
Yeah.
But now I think Love and Thunder's coming out before Guardians of the Galaxy now. But also as well, there's no Fat Thor anymore. He's now gone back to the gym. He's now been working out. Yeah, exactly. And he's showing off those muscles with pride. What a sexy man. Sorry. It's true though. He is a good-looking man.
No, he's an absolute unit of a geezer.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, you wouldn't pick a fight with him in the octagon or anywhere. But he would yeah, hopefully they go about it in the right way. Hopefully, obviously, I know there was the issues with Guardians of the Galaxy, but hopefully they bring them out in the right order, one before the other, the way they wanted to and the way they planned, and they're both obviously successful and they know what they're doing with both things. I know James Gunn's a brilliant producer and director, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they're tying, because we know obviously Thor goes off with Guardians of the Galaxy at the end of Endgame. So my original thought was he goes off with Guardians of the Galaxy, they do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He kind of is in it for a significant amount of time, and then he has an excuse to leave. The Guardians of the Galaxy finish off their issues, whatever they've got, whoever the person they're trying to defeat is in the film, and then Thor goes off and then they do Love and Thunder, which starts from when he
I don't know.
The Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think that was the plan originally, but now because of the fact that Guardians of the Galaxy got pushed back,
I mean, that was my original thing.
Yeah, I think now it's
You have to tweak it.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think Guardians of the Galaxy will be in it for a bit in Thor's film. They'll go off and do their adventure, whilst they continue on the Thor thing, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy will take place after they leave Thor, and maybe Thor will make a cameo towards the end. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's the other way around now.
Yeah, I'll have to
we've got to remember
wait
as well.
see.
I forgot as well. Gamora is still out there, but it's a different Gamora, so maybe that's what will happen as well. That'll have to be something to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I don't know why I brought that up anyway. Yeah, cool.
Just stick it.
Yeah, exactly. But were there any more leaks? I don't really think so. I think I can't remember his name. Who's the one that's played by James Gunn's brother?
Who's the one that's played by him?
Yeah, the one that was like Yondu's mate.
Oh, yeah, I know. What about him? Yeah, I know him.
Was it Kraglin?
I can't remember the name of his character.
I think it was something like that. But he was pictured on set as well. But he had the thing at the top as well of his head, so he's going to use his arrow, because there was that one of many post-credit scenes, wasn't it, where he was trying to control the arrow as well.
Oh yeah, you obviously haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course I've seen them.
I won't spoil it. Okay, if you've seen them, Joe. So let's talk about them, shall we? So, Joe, what's your thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
I thought it was very funny. I thought there was too many post-credit scenes, but it was like somewhere unnecessary. I did like the Stan Lee one though, when he was meant to be one of the Watchers. That was a funny one, because that has been a rumor for a long time that I wonder if Stan Lee's actually a Watcher who's watching over the Avengers and whatnot.
I think you basically get kind of like the plot of the film, don't you? Like,
he finds his dad, his Ego, the living planet. It turns out he killed his mum.
It's a good movie. It's a good sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I was watching these.
And then they fell in love. Sorry.
I was watching these things yesterday. There's some funny moments in it, though. Trust me, there are some.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that for a second.
You're gonna get that with the cast they've brought in. But I was watching these videos yesterday of the guy who makes all the comic books, but there's like people watching reviews and things like that of these films, and they were saying there's this guy who created the character Venom, and he was saying that when we got all these films and everything, when we got Spider-Man 3, for example, we know it was the biggest box office. Have you seen all three Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films?
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the third one, you had like Venom and Sandman and that.
Yeah.
Obviously, apparently there's Sandman's rumored to come back, but I was watching his like thoughts on that, and he was like, the reason why films like they want to don't make this mistake again is obviously I think it's Raimi, I think it is, like he made the films.
Sam Raimi,
Yeah,
he's coming back to do the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah, he didn't. Problem is they were saying like the reason, even though Spider-Man 3 was the biggest Spider-Man box office hit to date, it's made the most money out of any Spider-Man film to date.
What, even like Homecoming and Far From Home?
Yeah, beat it. Yeah,
damn.
It was main Spider-Man 2 was the worst, then Amazing Spider-Man, and then it was, I think, Spider-Man
2 was the worst.
2. Spider-Man 2 with Doctor Octopus is like the best. Is like
yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I'm surprised it's the lowest one.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the worst.
Oh yeah, that was the worst. That was the worst.
The Amazing Spider-Man films are awful. Like, it was so bad. The arc of the characters, everything about it was so bad.
It's a shame.
Hopefully they do justice to Andrew Garfield, because the suit was crap in the first one. But hopefully Andrew Garfield pulls off a good job if he's in this film, which we all think he is. But so yeah, there was Amazing Spider-Man 2, then Amazing Spider-Man, then I think it's Spider-Man 2, and then I think it's Spider-Man, then Homecoming, and then Spider-Man 3. It didn't have Far From Home on the chart at the time because it hadn't come out then, but I don't know where it's fitted in it. I think it did quite well still though.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, yeah, but Spider-Man 3 before Far From Home came out, I don't know if it beat it, but it was the biggest box office roll. But the reason why they cut Spider-Man 4 was because of how Sam Raimi didn't understand Venom and that as a character, and people are fearing that hopefully they don't do this again, because obviously that's why we got a Venom film.
They killed him off anyway,
Hardy.
so.
But that's the thing, because like Venom was meant to basically be like Spider-Man can't defeat him, like man to man, he can't defeat him. He's meant to be big and bulky, which is what we got with Tom Hardy's Venom,
and it ended with him just throwing a bomb.
Good. We see like in the same, like in the MCU together. But the problem is with Venom is the reason why it got bad reviews is because they made him into sort of like a comedy character when he's not. He's meant to be just like he's like an anti-hero.
There was that funny scene.
He's literally is meant to be like fearsome and like, which he is, but they made him too like kind of like comedy.
But there was that funny scene where he climbed up that building and broke in to write that note, and then Venom was like, jump. And then it just cuts to him just going to the lift. Exactly. That was funny.
Yeah, like it's a great film to watch, but it's when I was listening to the guy like who obviously he's made the character Venom, and he was just saying like the problem was with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 is that's not Venom at all. Like basically,
well, no, the actor that they cast just wasn't good enough or anything. Yeah.
It was like the animation of Venom was didn't like anything like
no,
it.
Nothing about it screamed Venom.
That's the thing, and what they were saying was like in the trailer, when it came out of Spider-Man 3, everyone just saw 3 villains. And I was like, yes, we get Harry Osborn as like Hobgoblin, whatever, Green Goblin, whatever we're saying, or as his own little baddie. I don't know if he was called Green Goblin or Hobgoblin, but I doubt it. But it was him as a baddie. There was obviously Venom, and then there was Sandman. You got those 3, and everyone was excited. But basically, all that happened was there was a little fight scene with Harry Osborn. He bumped his head, he forgot everything, and then he appeared at the end. And then Happy Days with Did
that happen twice?
Parker. Venom. Yeah, it happened twice. The first one was the worst one, but it was like, I bumped my head. I was like, it was just so like cringy. And then you got like Venom, who was basically he's meant to be like Spider-Man's #1 evil bad. And I think they grasped well like how he takes over a body and all this and that and the power of Venom, but he didn't look anything like the comics. And basically, he was only in it right at the end. Obviously, they had black suit Spider-Man, which was sick. But and then we got obviously with that you got like the cringy meme Tobey Maguire, which
emo Peter. Just clicking at just looking at every girl. Yeah.
And they got to fit that. Imagine they brought that in. He just
emo Tom Holland. Oh my god! Imagine all yeah. Oh crap! Just like imagine that. Like Doctor Strange, just like, oh crap, we brought the wrong Spider-Man. Put him back.
Got malfunction there. What's wrong? But I think that's that's the problem with it. They brought out obviously Venom, and they made it out in the trailer that they only showed his head and his shoulders. Everyone thought he was going to be big and fearsome, and Sam Raimi caught it perfectly. It wasn't. It was just literally like same sort of the same sculpture as like just a human being. It's literally just like a suit, and obviously he was looked to be like a fearsome guy, fearsome villain, which they grasped well. But he wasn't in it that long. Like, he had a small fight scene. He hit Spider-Man a few times. Looked like I was about to kill him. Harry Osborn comes in, saves the day, and Venom's dead. But like, they had so much to do. Like, they could have done so much with the character and this and that. I think Sandman wasn't too bad. I think they did his arc quite well. And they linked it to the first one about his Uncle Ben's like death, but it's just that's where it flopped. It was just kind of like a disrespect to the comics, and like, but it wasn't Sam Raimi's fault. He didn't know much about the character, but I mean, if you're doing a Spider-Man film, you need to know everything about the villains and stuff. That's kind of like the basics of Spider-Man, so that's why it didn't go well. But hopefully now, obviously, he's learned about it, and Sam Raimi's also come out and he's basically said, if you could describe one word of your Spider-Man 3 like disaster of a film, what would it be? And then he just went awful. He said not even bad, because he said someone said bad, and he said not even that awful. Like, he admitted, usually you don't get that when you produce and direct to talk about their own films that obviously flopped.
No, but fair enough, it's been honest.
Awful. Overall I actually enjoyed the film, but it's just I look at it from one aspect. Did I enjoy the film just watching it as a film? And then I said yes, and then you watch it, was it a film, like a good film that people like, serious reviewers? And if I look at it from an aspect of like the comics,
was it a good Spider-Man film? You mean, like, was it a good?
Yeah, like you look at it, was it a good film, and then, or was it a good Marvel Spider-Man film? You look at it in two different ways. You go yes or no, yes or no, and no.
But in terms of actual like Spider-Man stuff, like, wasn't.
Yeah, it was a bit. It wasn't good. There was too many like cringy scenes and like some CGI like mess ups, but yeah, hopefully with this new Spider-Man 3, apparently there was this new link coming out saying that they filmed in the desert. I don't know if that means Sandman over his way in or what, but
well, there's a lot of sand, so it wouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few grains around in the desert, you know, but
Doctor Strange is just like, right, Peter, for your punishment, I'm going to take you to the desert, and then Sandman just comes out of nowhere like, hey, Peter,
just batters you.
Yeah,
but
well, actually, I will point out as well, Sandman did get blown away at the end of Spider-Man 3, so it could be that he goes to the desert and Doctor Strange sends Peter to a multiverse of that one, and then
I really want to know how they tie into the multiverse. Like, how do they introduce it? Like
we'll find out.
I know WandaVision is basically. I don't know if we're going to get a proper introduction to the multiverse, like portals and shit, in like in WandaVision itself. But obviously, that's what we expected. Definitely, we're going to get that in Doctor Strange, because obviously it's in the title, and Spider-Man 3 should happen with that as well. But I'm really intrigued at how they're going to do it, because I don't want them just to like go, "Hey, Doctor Strange, you want to open up a portal and bring in all these characters?" Like, that would be stupid. I want to like.
Well, how else are they going to do it?
See how they do it. No, but not like that.
Or there's just like cracks in the multiverse, and then
I don't want him just like him. I don't want him just like mistakenly just go like he just reads something in one of his like books that he has in the from the first
maybe
film,
Peter Parker does that
wrong in that,
and he's just like, you're not a proper sorcerer, what you doing? And then all of a sudden there's just multiverse cracks and everywhere, and like yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I'm very intrigued.
Or maybe it creates a Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Sinister Six, which they're planning to do, and obviously we've got Morbius out next year, which is Morbius is in the same universe as Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
No. No, technically it isn't, but they're trying to get it, but technically it isn't yet. But they're trying to like
Morbius
loop it
in the trailer. Michael Keaton.
Yeah, but that could be. Yeah, but it could be just because of the multiverse. Like, it could just be because of what happens in Spider-Man 3.
But it's not from a different Earth. Trust me, he's from the same Earth as Tom Holland. They've made it pretty obvious that they've come out and basically said, like, even Jared Leto was talking about it.
Because the Spider-Man image on the back on the trailer, that the Spider-Man graffiti at the back wasn't the same Spider-Man. That was I think that was.
Yeah, but that's just a poster. Like they've come out and basically said that it was basically just.
No, it wasn't. No, what am I saying? Not Andrew Garfield. What the hell am I saying?
Oh, Tobey Maguire.
That's the one. I don't know why I said. I don't know why I said Andrew Garfield. It definitely wasn't. No one wants it to be that.
But I was reading it yesterday, and I think it is pretty evident that it's in the same universe. Obviously, we don't 100% know anything, but I believe it is, and that's what they're even saying it is. But obviously, we at some point we're definitely going to get Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, confronting Tom Holland's Venom. Because if they don't, it'll just be a disaster. And like, why have you made the Venom films? Then that's the point. So I think we're over time. I think they're going to start off. Obviously, you've got the Sinister Six, which I think they're going to develop. I don't know if it'll be the Sinister Six in the comics because we haven't even seen any Spider-Man film. There's a couple of villains in the Sinister Six which we haven't ever seen yet. Obviously, you've got Rhino, which we've seen in the Amazing Spider-Man. You've got Sandman. You've got Vulture, which is Michael Keaton. But Michael Keaton's Vulture's like good now, but maybe obviously they persuade him or give him or like threaten his like daughter who's in the first Homecoming film, or something that makes him do like bad stuff again. I don't know. We'll have to see because Sinister Six has definitely happened. If they make that movie, it's really good because obviously the building in the Avengers building apparently was going to get bought or something by Oscorp. That was like the rumor. So we'll have to see if we can see like a Harry Osborn or something, or like a what's his father's name again?
Norman.
Norman Osborn. Yeah. So. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see because I think it'll do quite well. Obviously, with Spider-Man 3, Multiverse, Doctor Strange elaborating on that, etc. Obviously, Wanda is going to be in Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. And then if they start bringing in things like if they do like obviously they've got all these series coming out with individual characters, especially like some original ones like Hawkeye. And the new ones like Ironheart, if they go off and have their own branches on Disney Plus, which they're bringing out, if they're on the same Earth or different Earths, then the multiverse ties them all together. You got Venom, you got Morbius, you got all these villains, and the ones that we've got from the past that are coming in and the future. If you've got multiple people from the same hero or villain, like we're getting multiple Spider-Man, it's just very up in the air, and we're just hopefully they go about it right and don't like just mash them all into one because they could just easily spread this out over 10 years. So we'll have to wait and see how they kind of like do it all.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Let's move on because we've been talking about Marvel for a long time.
A long
time. As even though we are big fans, we've got to stop at some point. Jesus. So we move on to football, or
well, we talk about our little.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, so Charlie, this is Charlie's idea. I will credit Charlie. Charlie came up with this idea that we start doing reactions. So we react to trailers, to
idea sort of thing.
Videos about just reactions, I guess we could just say. We weren't too sure whether
primarily about stuff that we kind of like talk about. In the podcast, like say for example, we did the Kong versus Skull Island, react our thoughts on it.
Yeah.
But like for example, in like this video, it wouldn't be stuff we would necessarily talk about because obviously there's loads of trailers come up stuff. Obviously, if it's something relevant, we'll probably end up talking about Leftovers podcast. But if we don't, we could do like a live reaction to it on a different video.
I would like us just to react to anything, like just random videos, just anything, because I think that'll be I'm
not saying it just has to be like trailers, like it doesn't have to be like in the title trailer reaction.
No. I mean literally just random video, like literally just random videos, like top 10.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like we could just do anything, like even if it's just like a video on the internet, like viral stuff, try not to laugh, or like if it's a trailer or something we've played, like it could just be anything. Just chuck it into that.
But we weren't too. There's a couple of things. One, we weren't too sure whether we wanted to do a separate channel on this, or if we were going to do it as part of the podcast, or if we were going to do it as a separate video, but on this channel. But
so if we don't really want to like change the name of the Leftovers.
No, exactly. No, we will. We've kind of already kept that. I guess we could say brand on it already. For 14 episodes, we don't really want to change it.
Maybe in the future we do change this name. I don't know, but for now it's still. If you've got like a reaction video on a podcast channel, it doesn't really like fit.
No.
So,
but it'll probably be
a good structure of one podcast video a week. So.
Yeah, so it'll probably be like implemented into the podcast episodes or something like that, like a trailer for a film, for example. So a couple of things is one. Well, that was one of the reasons. The other one is Charlie obviously doesn't have a webcam at the moment. Well, he does. He does, but we don't know how good it is.
It's very like B-Tech.
Yeah.
It's not like obviously if I bought a webcam, it'd probably be better.
Yeah. Just buy a webcam like I've got. It's fine. But yeah,
it'd be like, it's a kind of like, the idea is kind of like, it'd be obviously a lot better if we're, you know, sat together watching a reaction video, but obviously with the country as it is at the moment, it's gonna be obviously
lockdown.
To do that.
Boris is coming for you.
Yeah, if we do it, we obviously have to do like a fucking what do you call it?
What?
Video call.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to do a video call of a Discord.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't need to know these details, man. They don't need to know these details. They just need to know.
Let's shush.
No. I know. Charlie, they know. All right, they know what they know the two options. It's either we do it over Discord with a video camera, or we do it in person. We can't do it in person at the moment, so we've got to do it.
Let me say it, all right? Just let me say it. All right? We either do it on Discord and we do a video call, or we don't do it and we just wait until we can.
But that's ages. That's literally ages. That's like months.
That's what I'm saying. We either just, it's just, the idea is we either start it.
Yeah, but what if a trailer comes out in 2 weeks' time? We're just going to wait until we actually in 2 months' time, are we?
But there's so many famous trailers that came out in 2019 stuff like last year, which if we started the channel and we did, well, there's going to be loads of trailers coming out every year. We don't know, obviously.
But Charlie, the difference is we didn't think of, Charlie, we only just started. We didn't think of these ideas at that time, did we?
I know, but that's what I mean. It doesn't matter if there's a trailer comes out in 2 weeks' time. We haven't started it. That's just the way of life. Like, we could just start.
Or you just get a webcam.
I've got a webcam.
Or you get a better webcam then.
No, I'm just saying. It's just the idea of that. It doesn't matter when we start it. We could start it not for like another 6 months.
But it's good if we start it now, though. It's good if we start it as soon as possible, isn't it? Before.
Yeah, I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. I'm just saying it's either this option or that option.
Well, at the moment, it's definitely the Discord option.
It's just so much better. Obviously, we're both.
Yeah, I know, but we can't do that. So we have to stick with the first option of Discord.
Yeah, we would do that, or we just wait until we can.
Yeah, but if we wait until we can, we're going to be waiting for a long time, and before we know it, it's just it'll just get boring, and we'll forget about it by then. Okay, let's move on to football now, Charlie. Not that I want to, because it's been another hard day for Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Right. We lost to Brighton.
So, we have a little this little bet between us. You think Liverpool's going to win the title? I think City's going to win the title.
Technically, no, we haven't. Technically, we haven't because we technically didn't actually agree on it.
Shut up, Joe. Liverpool have lost 1-0. We haven't made it bet.
Watch the last week's episode then. What's last week's episode? We said that we didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it.
Yeah, and then we snapped each other.
No.
And then you
we didn't agree on it.
When you won the back of the title.
We didn't agree on it.
We didn't
agree on it. We didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it.
This is a man.
We didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it.
It's a man of failure. You have lost the bet. You are not winning the title. Even Andy Robertson has said, he's come out and said, you're not in the title race. Thank you very much.
We didn't agree on it. We didn't agree on it.
Oh, bollocks, mate.
We didn't agree on it.
Well,
maybe that £100 will give you a flipping webcam so we could do the
if Liverpool won the title, you would be on my doorstep begging for that money. You would not say, oh, we never agreed for it. You would be saying that we made the agreement and that I would have to pay.
No, because the bet no. Because I said that. I said if Liverpool win the title, you owe me £100. But I didn't agree with the idea of if Man City win the league, I give you £100. I didn't agree on that part, which is why the deal doesn't mean anything. Which is why the deal means nothing.
Literally snapped you about 1,000 times saying we're going to win the league at £100, and you didn't once say that you were like, no, we couldn't agree like that. But now you've lost. You're now coming out saying that, oh, okay, I don't have to pay £100 now.
Technically, and also it's not over. So even if it is agreed, which it isn't, by the way, because there's literally audio, there's literally evidence on last week's episode of it. There's literally evidence of it on last week's episode.
Rubbish, garbage out your mouth.
I will get it out for you. I will give you the timestamp of when it's mentioned. I will give you the timestamp when it's mentioned.
No, it was mentioned. It was mentioned.
It was mentioned in the podcast last week.
No, I never. I didn't say it wasn't. I literally just said. Firstly, I said I'll pay £100 Liverpool win the title, and then to make it fair, I said that if City win the title, you would pay me £100.
And I said no. And I said no. And I said no. And I said no. I said no. I don't want to do that.
came to a compromise.
No. You watch it, man. Watch it, man. I said no. I said no. I said no. Watch it.
And then we talked about it after the podcast.
We'll watch it afterwards. We'll watch it together, Charlie. Afterwards, we'll watch our podcast together afterwards, and I will show you it.
We talked about it after the podcast. I literally snapped you 100 times when you were losing the game.
Once.
And when you won. No.
What against Brighton? What against Brighton? What against Brighton?
You literally said no, not just that game.
When?
Even when you won, you were saying that you were £100 coming my way, and then I was saying, wait, City are still 4 points ahead, whatever.
I want to make this clear as well, Charlie. I want to make this clear as well. This was last week. We did this, Charlie. I want to make this clear. You haven't messaged me 1,000 times about. Well, obviously, I know you were overemphasizing it, but you haven't messaged me much about it at all.
No, really. I have.
You messaged me about once.
No, I literally when the game before Brighton, you messaged me saying that you were going to win.
I said no. I said back in the title race.
And then I said wait until.
I said back in the title race.
And you were talking about the Liverpool City game, which is coming up this Sunday. We talked about it then, and then we talked about after the Brighton game. Every time I said City are confident that we're going to win, and you said Liverpool going to win. But then, as soon as you lost to Brighton, you just went back on everything and said the deal was never agreed.
Because it wasn't. We'll watch it together, Charlie. Okay, let's end it with we'll watch it together, and then that will decide it. Okay, let's do that. Because that's no. Because that's
well.
No. We didn't. We didn't.
We literally talked about it and messaged each other about it, and then
we've messaged about it each other once.
Dude, the amount of time I was £100 come my way, and you said £100 going your
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on because we're just getting a massive history fit about it. Anyway, we're getting a massive history fit about it. Let's just move on. Okay.
£100, please.
Let's move on. Let's talk about some of the transfers. Let's talk about some of the transfers, Charlie. Just move on. Just move on. This is poor content. Let's just move on.
It's on you though.
It's poor content. Let's just move on. Let's talk about some transfers. We've actually signed centre backs. Oh my god. We've actually signed some centre backs, but we've got no senior centre backs. Ben Davies, Ozan Kabak, two young, good-looking prospects. But like not as in like. Well, I mean they are pretty good looking as well. But I meant like in terms of like they like no as in no. What? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Charlie? What's wrong with that? It's 2021, man. It's 2021. It's 2021, man. No. It's 2021. Why are you laughing at that, fam? Why are you laughing at that, man? Why are you laughing at that?
What are you on about? Let's just
you start laughing. You're like, what do you mean?
Look, let's start laughing, and then you go clarity towards it. It's so funny.
That's 2021, man. Shut up, man. But anyway,
two centre backs.
Ozan Kabak, Ben Davies, good signings. We needed centre backs. We've got no senior centre backs now because Matip's out for the season. Van Dijk has been ruled out apparently for the rest of the season as well. I'm pretty sure Gomez will be a similar thing as well.
You're pretty screwed.
Yeah. Just focus on Champions League and top four realistically, but
you'll get top four. There's not.
We should get top four, but I don't know. We've dropped so many points against teams in the bottom half. Like, it's ridiculous.
Let's see. So City and Man United, I think, will get top four.
Leicester.
Basically between you, Spurs, Arsenal, Leicester, and
Leicester.
I'll
stand by it. Leicester get top four.
I think Leicester can just lose easy games. So
they beat Leeds. No, they beat Fulham yesterday.
Check the previous score.
But
they lost to Leeds. You know what I mean? Like, they should have won that game.
No, but Leeds are a decent side. Leeds are a side that I like. Leeds are a side that can perform. No. Leeds are a side that could get a result one day, but not get a result the next. That's Leeds.
But if you want to be in the top four, you should be winning those games. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but we're not winning against Brighton, Fulham, West Brom.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's very open. I think City and Man United, and obviously, also if City will run away from it. But you
said that we should get top four. But we're on a worse run of form than Leicester.
I think you will get top four, but I don't think it will be easy for you. By no means.
No, but yeah, like, would you say Leicester will get top four?
It's hard because every time
Because
If they
we've had
stop,
top fours, haven't
if they
we?
stop losing, if they stop losing games they should win, then yes, I think.
Well, is that everything? Is it? If teams stop losing, then maybe, yeah.
No, but I'm saying no. I said games that they shouldn't be losing, like against Leeds. They
That's
should
like
have
with
won
us.
that game.
That's like with us. If we started not losing games that
No,
we
it's the
shouldn't
same with you,
lose, like Southampton and Brighton and Burnley, then yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll be in champions. Yeah, yeah. Like the season's been crazy anyway. The season's been crazy anyway.
Yeah. Everton and Spurs have got 2 games in hand over you.
They've got 2 off. Oh yeah, we're not getting top 4.
Yeah.
We're not getting top 4.
Everton, if they win their 2 games in hand, if they win the 1 game in hand, they're a point behind you, and then they need to win that game to go above you, the second one. If Spurs have got 2 games in hand, they're on 33 points, so even if they win those 2 games in hand, they'll still be below you.
That's fine because we beat them anyway, so it's fine. If we beat Everton, I'm more confident.
Yeah, I think the top 4 will be City, United, Liverpool, and this is hard. I'm going to go with Leicester.
Yeah, join the Leicester bandwagon, my guy.
I'll go with Leicester. It's good to see Leicester, up there, not just the big 6 all the time. But I think Spurs, they're just losing stupid games. Arsenal are just losing stupid games. I mean, red card galore.
Although they weren't red card, it wasn't a red card to David Luiz. I will point that out.
Wasn't at the end
neither to Jan Bednarek. Another Manchester United penalty yet again, even though it wasn't a pen.
It's down to the stupid refereeing, though, isn't it?
But was it a red? Jan Bednarek? What? Firstly, was it a pen? No. Was it a red? Definitely not.
Definitely not a red. And David Luiz wasn't even. He didn't even commit a challenge. The guy
barely touched the ball. He barely touched the player. I mean, he barely touched the player.
He just scraped. Yeah, but he didn't even intentionally do it. He was just running behind him, and then his stud scraped his knee, and he just flopped on the floor. If anything, he should have been given as a dive.
It's annoying because realistically, the player made contact with David Luiz, not the other way around.
It was so stupid. The rule was so stupid.
Yeah, but that's officiated for you in the Premier League. But let's. What was some other deadline day transfers? I'm trying to remember. Let me quickly try and get some up. I was going to say Lingard to West Ham, and that wasn't deadline day. But he's done well. He's scored 2 goals in his debut. He's scored 2 goals in his debut. Right, let's have a look. There was also... Oh yeah, Minamino went to Southampton. Forgot about that.
Yeah, he did.
Hopefully he'll do well there. He should do because it's a good team to go to with.
Josh King joined Everton.
Josh King joined Everton. Yes. Interesting signing. Good backup, I guess. Good backup, I guess.
Did Jack Wilshere join anyone?
No, he's already signed a short-term contract for Bournemouth. So.
Oh yeah.
Joe Willox went to Newcastle on loan. Maitland-Niles went to West Brom on loan.
Loans.
Yeah, a few loans. I think they're playing it safe because obviously with the pandemic and whatnot, funds aren't.
I think all these English players are going on loan because they're like Euros are coming up. Let me at least ever get a shot. I don't think players like Joe Willock will get in, but I think they need it for game time primarily and confidence. So that's why I think Jess Lingard's thinking Euros. I don't think he'll get in anyway, but he's thinking to himself. He's thinking Euros are coming up. World Cup's up next year. I need to try and get in the squad for both of them. I also need it for my confidence. I'm not getting.
Do you think maybe if he does well, maybe West Ham will sign him permanently?
That's the thing because I never saw the day when I saw Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard play for different clubs, both boyhood clubs, Man United and everything. But then Jesse Lingard really stepped off, and obviously he had stuff outside of football, which obviously made him kind of fall out of form that he was in for a couple of years. I can see him if he wants to play regular football. I can't see him getting in that Man United team. So if anything, he's going to struggle to get on the bench. So I think I think he'll stay at Man United, but he should leave. If he wants regular football and play for England again, he should leave. I think West Ham's a good club for him as well.
Yeah.
Players like Souček, great signing, man.
Oh yeah, that's such an underrated signing. I don't think people actually understand how good of a signing that actually is.
Look, he's got an 86 rated inform.
He has got. Yeah. Glad we're based off FIFA. Great. But I'm just saying. Also a good statistic here as well. He has more non-penalty goals than Bruno Fernandes.
You just love digging at that United.
No. I just want to point that. No. But he is. But also, to be fair, but I will say this though as well. Then he is the top scoring midfielder, in terms of non-penalty goals. So just in general,
Great
He's
sign.
beating Jack Grealish as well. He's beating Bruno. I just want to say Bruno Fernandes, one, because of Man United, but two, because of how good Bruno Fernandes actually is as well. Though let's be real here. Like, just comparing it.
Change that team. Like, you could be Riles, but you have to respect like players like that who change teams. Yeah, it's very good. It's just like Van Dijk for Liverpool.
Just saying though, he's a penalty merchant.
It's down to the refs.
The ref literally could blow his whistle. He can literally blow the whistle, like, and then he just goes down in the penalty area, and he's like, ref's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, penalty.
Yeah, he just flops on the floor. Ultimately, it is down to the team, VAR team, if it's a penalty or not.
But also, you've got to look at some of them and go, how have they actually, like, the fact that they think that could actually just, like, the Aston Villa one still doesn't make sense to me. Like, he stepped on the player, but he still got a penalty. I don't get it. Anyway,
I don't know. It's just like they just need neutral, like, people who actually understand football for like a bit like games, like especially like the big ones. Like, but they just
he hasn't been performing well in them. But then again, to be fair, many big games recently haven't been great. Like the Manchester derby wasn't great. Like the only good one is like the
0-0 Man United have been in over the past year.
That's what I mean. Like the Liverpool Man United game was a bit meh, apart from a couple of chances. Like the only good ones have been like Tottenham, Liverpool. Mainly ones with Man City as well. But yeah, but hopefully the game on Sunday should be good. I'm at work, so I can't watch it. Great, but I'm still gonna back my boys.
Yeah.
Even though if we win this game, if we do beat Man City, I still have some slight hope we could still win it. If we lose, top 4, that's our priority.
Yeah, I think I can't see winning the title this year.
I'm just hoping the best, but yeah.
But I think City will run away. But you got Spurs Chelsea tonight. I think it's a massive game.
I'm at work again.
Spurs
Yay!
Need to win that, and so does Chelsea. To be fair, but it's just they both losing games they shouldn't, and both teams need confidence back. Yeah. Also, the Club World Cup's tonight, isn't it? But
I don't know. Well, again, I'm at work.
Munich.
So.
I'm Munich. Bayern Munich's not in it.
They should be. Oh no, they normally they get straight into the semi-finals. That's why.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to us. But yeah, we've talking a bit about transfers, but we'll do a tier list now, but it's not transfers on it's not transfers on this transfer window that's just gone, because I couldn't find one. But we are doing a tier list on the 20 most expensive transfers in football history. So we've got 5 tier lists here. We've got worth every penny somehow. We've got very consistent. We've got average at best. We've got inconsistent, and then we've got waste of money.
On your screen, so I can't see your screen at the moment.
Okay, you not see my screen? I thought I put it up. It's just taking a while to load. That's why. Let me try again.
Gym is ended.
Can you see that?
Brilliant. Oh no, for God's sake! Change this.
Can you see that?
I need to change it to that. No, I can't see anything. Can you see your Discord? Just see the Discord icon.
Okay, well that's okay. It doesn't matter because I could just tell you the player anyway, and then you could decide. I'll just keep it. I'll just keep it loaded in the background.
Tier quality.
Oh, there we go. Is that better? Can you see it now?
I'm trying to open it. Come on, you little bugger.
You should be able to see it because it's on my screen. Anyway, I'll talk through the players as well. There are 2 players that come up twice because obviously they've clearly broken. They clearly done it on it twice. I don't know. But we've got Kepa Arrizabalaga. We've got Nicolas Pepe. We've got Romelu Lukaku. We've got Luis Suarez. We've got Van Dijk. We've got Romelu Lukaku again. We've got Maguire, Higuain, Ronaldo, Bale, Hazard, Pogba, Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, João Felix, Mbappe, Neymar, and for some reason Lucas Hernandez is there, but he'd be somewhere realistically like around here. So I think that is in order from least to most expensive. I don't really know. I didn't do this order, but I think that's the order anyway. So let's start with Kepa Arrizabalaga, Chelsea goalkeeper, most expensive goalkeeper of all time.
It's a tricky one, don't you think, Joe?
Yeah, I really don't know where to put him.
Maybe worth every penny?
No, waste of money.
He stops everything. He's an absolute showstopper.
Absolute waste of money, honestly. Panic bought after selling Courtois. Needed a goalkeeper. Couldn't pick a worse one.
It's all, mate.
Yeah. Nicolas Pepe. 72 million.
Inconsistent.
I would say consistent. I would say waste of money. I'd say inconsistent because there has been one or two performances. There has been one or two times where he's
recently been playing well.
Like their goal against Wolves was actually really nice. But
a couple of nutmegs, didn't he? And then
he sent Semedo back to Barcelona, nutmegged another defender, and then just curled it in. So lovely finish. But yeah, he's just inconsistent, really. Not too much about it. Romelu Lukaku. This is him going from Everton to Man United.
I'm gonna go with
his first season wasn't too bad there.
Between average at best and very consistent, because he's not very.
His first season wasn't too bad, but his second season wasn't great either. I don't really know.
Go for average at best.
Yeah, we'll put him towards the top of average at best. Yeah. I think that's fair enough. But yeah, Luis Suarez, Liverpool to Barcelona.
Very consistent.
I'd say very consistent. I wouldn't say worth every penny because towards the back end of his Barcelona career wasn't great. I mean, now he's doing sick, but yeah, I'd say very consistent. Lucas Hernandez. Is it Lucas Hernandez? From Atletico Madrid to Bayern Munich. I can't remember if it was a similar price to Van Dijk or not. I can't remember.
Tricky one, what do you think?
I'd say average at best because he's been injured a lot.
Very injury prone.
Maybe he's inconsistent. I don't really know. I wouldn't say he's worth.
Put him in inconsistent.
I wouldn't say he's worth the money that they paid for him. Let's put it that way. Van Dijk.
Straight up there.
Van Dijk. Number one. Not even a debate. Brought us to the Premier League and Champions League. My God, look at him, sexy. Come back, please. Come back. We need you back.
Come on.
we need him back. We need him back, man. We need him back.
Lukaku to Inter.
So Man United to Inter for Lukaku. I'd say he had a very good first season.
Would go very consistent.
I'd say very consistent again. I'd say he's having a much better time at Inter now. Maguire, the most expensive centre back.
Average at best.
Yeah, he can put in one or two good performances, but yeah, let's just leave it at that.
He should never have been put captain. I think that's been taking a toll on him. Responsibility.
Like Rashford, De Gea, they should be captains.
Never talked. Bruno should be captain.
Higuain. Now this is him going from Napoli to Juventus.
Oh, I think he was quite good for Juventus.
He was quite good
in his first few years.
Yeah, I'd say bottom end of very consistent.
Yeah, okay.
I think just because
that's the thing though. Was Higuain as good as Suarez at Barcelona?
Different leagues though, innit? It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, but Suarez was levels above him.
But the difference is when he was at Liverpool, he was still good. Higuain was still good at Napoli before he went to Juventus.
Like
it was just that thing. It was just that thing of winning trophies. That was it. I think they were on a similar level in terms of how the transfer makes sense to them. They left to win trophies, you know.
They're both like silverware merchants, but
they should be the other way around, I think, actually. So we've got Ronaldo, Man United to Real Madrid.
Oh, well, just right at the top, mate.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
You could probably put that first as well in front of VVD, but only because of the trophies he's won.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, you know, this is what made him realistically. But yeah. Gareth Bale from Tottenham to Real Madrid.
It's annoying because his first few years, it was just
first couple of years was alright. Then Zidane came along and was like, nope.
Welsh guy kicking out my Spanish team, and
average at best.
He's won them important games though, like Champions League final.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'd probably say average at best.
He just
I put him there.
Hasn't been consistent, but that's mainly not. It's not been his fault.
Injuries and the fact that he's not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think average at best at the top is fine.
Ronaldo,
Real Madrid to Juventus. I would say
between very consistent and worth every penny because he's
I would say very consistent, only because he was brought in to win them the Champions League, and they haven't won the Champions League yet.
No, but to be fair, the team he's got is awful.
I know.
He's carrying that team.
I would still say very consistent. Top of very
if you compare the two Ronaldos, obviously he won everything at Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He's won obviously the league and all and domestics. He's just yet to win the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
So, see, but I agree with that.
Eden Hazard. Chelsea to Real Madrid.
One of the bottom two.
It's just waste of money, though, isn't it?
Stick him in there, right? He's injured again for another 4 to 6 weeks.
That's what I mean. He's just been injured ever since he joined. Like he's just
never should have left Chelsea.
Waste of money. Waste of money.
There's 2 Chelsea players. Well, one former.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Paul Pogba from Juventus to Man United.
This is a tricky one because when he performs, he's so well.
But he is inconsistent.
He's just so inconsistent sometimes across the years. Average at best.
I'd say there for average at best.
Yeah. Okay. The years he's been in, the price they paid, he's definitely not been.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
The 4 years he's been like, I want to go to Madrid. I want to go to Madrid for the past 4 years.
Ousmane Dembele, Dortmund to Barcelona.
Average at best.
It's difficult.
You've
got to remember, this is now over 100 million. We're talking now over 100 million for the rest.
Yeah, like Dembele inconsistent.
I think it's at the top of inconsistent.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Right, just because he's been so injury prone.
Yeah.
Coutinho, Liverpool to Barcelona.
Inconsistent.
In Liverpool's eyes, that. In Barcelona's eyes,
not up there. Very consistent.
No. I mean, in terms of Liverpool fans, we'll put him there because of how much he's given to us. Because we bought that for his money, but in terms of Barcelona, that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Antoine Griezmann.
I'd say average at best.
Yeah, I'll go average at best.
I'd say average at best, just because.
I'm going at the bottom though.
I will make sure. I don't care. Maguire's going at bottom. I don't care.
Have a little Man United, little Liverpool link there.
João Felix.
Don't blame you. João Felix.
This is from Benfica to Atletico Madrid.
I don't know. It's because he's young and he's a talent. You can kind of like.
Very consistent was the.
I don't really watch.
I
don't really know how well he's done because I don't really watch much of him.
He's done quite well this season. He's done quite well this season.
Yeah.
I put him there. Bottom of very consistent.
Top of the league, aren't
and they're top of the league, yeah. So I think it's fair enough to justify that. Very consistent.
Yeah.
Bottom of very consistent. Okay, we go to PSG, the money grabbing buggers. Mbappe, Monaco to PSG.
I'm going to go with very consistent on Mbappe.
Not even worth every penny.
Nope. Because they haven't won the Champions League yet, and the one at the 2 at the top have, and that's what they were both bought for. Champions League. Neymar obviously hasn't won the Champions League with PSG.
Okay, would you put him at the top of very consistent?
Yeah.
Okay, and Neymar,
the
most expensive player, over 200 million.
Very consistent. He's been injured a lot and everything. So
I'll put him there. I'll put him there.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Here's the tier list, people.
That was quite easy, to be honest. We kind of agreed with it mostly. So. Yeah. Ronaldo, Van Dijk, worth every penny. Mbappe, Ronaldo from Juventus. Neymar, Suarez, Lukaku to Inter. Higuain, João Felix. yeah, we don't need to worry about the rest. But that's the tier list. Yeah.
Let us know if you agree, if you make any changes to it.
Yeah. I feel like some people would definitely disagree with like the Ronaldo to Juventus and maybe the PSG ones. But yeah.
We looked about it in like collective and individual.
We looked about it in terms of performance since they've been there, how much they actually were, and just how big of an effect they were.
Price plays a big factor. Like they could be a great player, but were they worth?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Mars a great player, but is he been worth 250 whatever they paid million at PSG?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. Was he worth every single penny? No, of course not. Was Dembele, sure he's got talent when he's playing, but it was worth that. Yeah, exactly. Like say with Pogba. Pogba's been great at the moment, but has he been like that all the time? No, of course not. Anyway, but yeah, and then we've got 2 Chelsea players there. We'll say something. We'll still say something.
Low profit in terms
exactly
of performance on the pitch. So,
but I think that is all the time we have got for this episode. Because we've talked a fair bit. We've talked a fair bit about
a few things. Well, obviously, we're excited because obviously when this comes out, we will see in episode 5 of WandaVision. Yes,
that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
I'm looking forward to that. Obviously we had this. Obviously, we haven't mentioned it, but we had this little cut in the between.
We had a little technical issues, but it's fine. It's fine. We got it done. We got it sorted. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're fine. It's fine.
Should end when Joe's talking about the point.
It's fine. It's fine. They don't need to know, Charlie. They don't need to know. It's edited out. It's fine.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying.
It's fine.
Just let you know, we move on to the next topic, and we've kind of clarified it. So.
Yeah, it does seem like we've ended abruptly on one topic, but there's a reason for that. But that's it. That's all they need to know.
Yeah.
But
you made a point, but I don't think it picked up, but it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching or listening. Let us know your thoughts on WandaVision, and also some of the transfers that have happened, and also Charlie's idea on reactions as well to stuff. Let us know how you feel about that
channel.
Exactly.
If we think it's a good idea to do a Patreon sort of thing or not, or we just stick on YouTube.
That's a separate thing. But
yeah. But and also your thoughts on what you think is going to happen with the rest of the WandaVision series. Any rumors? If you believe some, if you got your own theories of the MCU with Spider-Man 3, etc.
Yeah.
Let us know those good things, good stuff, and we'll read them all for sure. And,
all 2 of them, if that.
Yeah. If we'd be lucky to get one comment.
That's what I mean.
The way things are on this channel, but
but just comment. Like, we don't care. Well, okay, to a certain extent, we don't care what it is.
Sound desperate, but
but just comment. Just comment something, please. But anyway,
just makes it look relevant.
But exactly. just comment. Also subscribe. Hit the notification bell. So you know when the next episode is live. Sorry. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I've been Joe.
I've been Charlie.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone.
In a bit, people.